Stampers, it's Lisa with Queen Bee Creations, and we're here today to make this adorable little baby card. When I first saw this little monkey bundle, I just knew it needed to be made into some sort of baby card. So this is the one we're doing today, and I hope you like it. So here we are down on my desk, and this card is actually a standard card base, just 1/4 of a sheet, but then the part that folds is a little smaller. And then we used the alphabet a la mode dies and the little monkey stamp set. And then it's got a cute little pocket here where you could stick a gift card that would just slide into that little pocket. So let's get started. We're going to start out with our base, which I said was the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This time, this is in Lemon Lime Twist, and this one here is in Granny Apple Green. So you can see there's kind of a difference. But I was using our designer series paper, and I wanted to try it in some other colors. This is the new design that our color families come in now. The color families are an entire stack of designer series paper based on a color family. So this one here is the Regals collection. And so it has all 10 colors, and then they come in the same designs. So as we flip our way through this, you can see that you have one of each in each color. And then on the back, they have these designs. So they come in the 4 color families where you would get 2 sheets of each. And then they also come in the in colors where you would get 4 sheets of each. But I'm using the little hearts because, of course, it's a baby card. And then I have this piece here, which is 4 1/4 by 9 3/4, scored at 3 1/4 and 6 1/2. So then I have some designer series paper that's going to fit on the front that I just reduced by 1/4 inch. So this is 4 inch by 3 inch. Have one for there and then one for over here. And then I have for the inside pocket, this is 4 inches by 2 inches. So this is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. That's going to fit over the top. And then I have a piece for the inside that is 3 by 4 because I wanted the whole large space to be able to write in for my inside sentiment. But for outside, I wanted to see a little more of the designer series paper pattern. So this one is smaller. It is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. So that's going to go on the front. I already went ahead and I die cut our little letters, and I use the adhesive sheet on the back because these are very skinny letters and I wouldn't want to try to put adhesive on the back. I think that would make quite the mess. But this is the set of dies that I'm using. Again, it's called Alphabet a la Mode. And we have the entire alphabet, actually multiples of some commonly used letters. And then 1 through 10, your exclamation point, and a few little other things. And these must be for a foreign language. I don't recognize those symbols, but somebody will. Hello, everyone. I was trying to get straight into the card so you guys aren't skipping the beginning, because when you fast forward my videos, it kind of affects my viewability. And so I wanted to make sure you weren't skipping ahead. But thank you to those that are entering in #Prize Patrol. That is how you get entered into the drawing for winning today's card. Somebody will get this card mailed to them, and I have a computer in the background collecting that. So, Christy, if you could do me a favor and enter Prize Patrol one more time without the space in the middle. The computer doesn't like the space. Hopefully you do like this baby card. I'm just going to put some of these pieces together because you know me, I like to get these things kind of out of the way so I don't lose something on my desk. And I'm just making a little notch using a punch. And if you have a punch, great. If you don't, then you can use the layering circle dies or the stylish shapes, anything that has a little notch in it. I've even used some of our other punches and just insert it part of the way. Like you could use the oval, and there's several different labels where you could just put it in a portion of the way and it would give you a little notch. But the idea is I want them to have something to be able to grab that gift card with. And because it's going to get movement, I'm going to use tear and tape. But the tear and tape is a 1/4 inch wide and we don't have a lot of room to work with. So I'm going to run this as close to the edge as I can get it. So that the card still fits. So this is going to be what I'm putting onto there. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to put adhesive on the back, and then I'm going to center it in the base as if it's just a regular layer, even though this opens up. When it's closed, I want it to look like a standard layer. And I want it to open this way, so. And then once it's open, my gift card is going to go down here. So let's go ahead and put that in. Oh, Ginger's going to be a great grandmother. That's exciting. Congratulations, Ginger. Super fun. Okay, let's see. I'm having difficulty getting the backing off with my fingernails, so that's when I'm going to bring in your Take Your Pick tool. I love this thing. I have used it for tons of stuff. And I like this pointy end. I use this a lot. And someone just commented to me that they ordered it and it had the spatula, but on this end, it was one of the embossing ends, the stylus, instead of the pointy. So we contacted Stampin' Up, and because they are wonderful, we sent them a picture of the odd thing that she received, and they're sending her the new piece that she needs. So I love that Stampin' Up stands behind their product. So if you ever get anything and it's not right, please let me know, and we can contact Stampin' Up and make sure that they make it right. That's one of the reasons we don't have the magnetic base for our die cutting machine, because it just didn't meet standards. Stampin' Up wants their stuff to be high quality, and they stand behind that, and we know it. So too many of them got returned, and they had words with the manufacturer, and they just decided they're taking it off the market until it can be fixed. So let's see, that's going to go out here. I need one more, don't I? I'm one short, because this one's going to go here after we stamp it on the inside. So let me cut one more. I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and a bunch of you saw before, I have this on my tutorial store where you can download this little thing that I printed out onto cardstock and then covered with packing tape and then adhered it to my trimmer. And it has those 1/8 inch marks that everybody seems to get confused about. They're all marked. The trick is to print this out in actual size. Do not let the computer tell you that it wants to make it best fit to the paper, because that didn't work. 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So before you glue it down, make sure that it fits. Okay. This one for the inside is going to be some really easy stamping. I just went ahead and used a little banana stamp that came in our stamp set. No, I covered it up. This is the stamp set I'm using. And so I'm actually using this banana, the one that's closed. And I'm going to stamp that across the bottom in Lemon Lolly. This is one of our new colors. And I'm just trying to go random and do them across the bottom. And then I'm going to color them using our Stampin' Blends. And I'm just putting the line down the middle with the dark and then coloring in with the light. And I'm going rather quickly because I put ink on all of them. And I don't want it to dry because it's best going to blend while it's still wet. Actually, when I did this for myself, I only colored a few bananas at a time. I didn't go all the way across. I just know that you guys don't want to spend the whole time watching me color, so I try to speed it up a little. Also, I'm going to be uploading to my store again. I have the color swatch up there, and then I have the new swatches. These I'm going to be uploading, and the ends to these. I started saying there are little stickers that I put on the ends of my Stampin' Blends so that when I have them in my folder, I can see what color they are. So I have now updated them with all the new Stampin' Up! Colors, and I'll be putting that on my store this afternoon. So if you too want to have your blends marked so you know what they are, you can go ahead and download that for free. So I'm going to stamp this in Lemon Lime Twist. It says, "I'm bananas about you," which is why I have the bananas across the bottom. And then this one is the larger one that I'm going to be putting right here. And I decided to make that a monkey and some vines. And I don't know if you can see, I tried to put the two on them at the same time, and it left a little bit of a gap so they don't quite touch. And I was able to take my Stampin' Write marker and I just drew a little line in the same color to make them connect. But this time I'm going to do it separately. Let's see if I can make these connect. If you have our old Stampin' Write markers, it's going to work because they have this little tiny end to them where the tip is really fine. There we go. So this is the old style, The new style, the thinner end is now a bullet tip. And so it's not quite as fine. I mean, I suppose it might still work, but it would be nice if just stamping made them connect, wouldn't it? So I'm going to start with that one, and then I'm going to bring in the second one, and I'm going to try to connect up the ends. There we go. Which is why these stamps are photopolymer, because it allows you to look down through the block and connect them. And it's best if you look down direct from the top. Because I am looking from an odd angle, I'm not getting as good of a connection as I would if I was looking straight down. So please forgive my little oops there. And if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and color in the leaves. You don't have to, but you definitely could. Oh, dogs are going nuts. My husband must be home. So I'm just going to color in those leaves, and then I'm going to color in our monkey. When I colored the monkey, I used the lighter of the crumb cake to do his face. The dark crumb cake was too dark because then I couldn't see the features that are drawn in the stamp. And then I used the petal pink to color in his ears. And then I used the pecan pie Stampin' Blends to color the monkey himself. And he comes out really cute. I kind of do the arms and the darkened areas with the dark, and then I fill in the rest with the light. And you can see how beautiful they blend together. So I've done that on this one. That's all colored in. And then on that one. So you don't need to watch me color all of it, but I'm going to then stamp our sentiment over here. And then this is ready to attach. Then we just have the front to do. Oh, and you know what I did do is I blended this a little. So since I have sticky on it, let's put it on something I can peel it off of. And I'm going to add just a little bit of green to the bottom and a little bit of blue to the top. And I'll obviously need to come back with a baby wipe and clean off my plastic thing here. Balmy blue, there it is. And so these are our blending brushes. They come in two sizes. I'm using the larger of the two. The small ones are great when you have little spaces you're trying to get into, but I use the large ones for our larger areas. So this is the standard size, and then this is our mini. So there's two sizes available, and then we do have a holder that they fit into. I'll have to clean that. The things we do when we make little goofs, huh? But I was able to fix it. We got our color on there before I attached it. Okay. For the front, that's where I'm using that smaller basic white. And then I'm coming in with the branch across the top. So I'm doing that in early espresso. And I'm doing it kind of high because I want to be able to stamp our monkey hanging from it. And then I'm going to try to push the monkey as far as I can to the left so that I still have room to put in the letters. So again, I use the fact that they're photopolymer and I can see through them. Oh, thank you, Christy, for answering. Yes, this base is lemon lime twist. And our example over here is Granny Apple Green. Here's our little letters. Now, again, I want to put baby across the bottom. And see, it just barely fits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them fairly close together, and I'm going to start from the right and work my way this way. Let's do a little blending so that I don't get it over the yellow letters. And those letters are Lemon Lolly. That's one of the new Stampin' Up! Colors. This last catalog, they brought back a lot of our previous in colors and several new colors. So a lot of my labels and things I've updated. And so the updated versions of those will be on my website soon. We'll use the dark of the deep Stampin' Blends. And these are on a different page than the rest of our blends. Most of our Stampin' Blends are listed in the color family page where you would order your cardstock and ink pads and all of that. There's some additional skin tone colors that are on another page. And this is one of those. I liked it because it's nice and dark. And so if I missed a little bit when I went and put the monkey's hands up there, this will cover it up. Again, I'm starting with the dark. I'm kind of highlighting the base and going up where the artist drew the line up the middle for that little vein. And then I'm going to fill it in with the light. And when I do the light, I'm going right over the top of the dark and coloring the entire thing. And that's what helps it blend. And you do have to lay down quite a bit of color, so don't feel like you're using too much. A lot of people tend to freak out when they notice that it's bleeding through to the back side, but that's fine. It's actually supposed to do that. Oh, my arm. Yes and no. My arm was getting a little better, and then I spent the whole weekend cutting paper shares, which I totally appreciate. I needed the work, but I kind of overdid it a little bit, so it's kind of my own fault. And now I'm prepping for my in-person retreat that will be next weekend. So kind of my doing, but no. So I'm just back on my meds. I'm using some muscle relaxers and Tylenol, ibuprofen, all those good things. But thank you for asking. actually not too bad just working here, because this kind of work doesn't bother my shoulder. It's things that are higher up. Or I guess when I use it too much and I'm bending at the shoulder. For this, I'm not really bending at the shoulder, if that makes sense. So I guess I am showing you how I color in the monkey. I also tend to go mostly around the outside edge first and then come back in and do the middle. All right, so now we're ready for our letters. Yeah, I kind of overdid. That was me. It's my fault. So these, I use the adhesive sheets, which if you've watched me, you know they're something that Stampin' Up sells that you put on the back of the paper or the cardstock you're going to be die cutting out of. And then when you die cut them, you just peel off the backings, and they're little stickers. And I'm always turning my project in funny directions because it's just easier for me to see things or align things, or I don't know. I want my hand to be the most comfortable. And so I turn the project to whatever direction I need to keep my hand comfortable. I have more control that way. And there we go. Look at that. It just fits. How perfect is that? So everybody, please put in hashtag prize patrol. That will enter you into the drawing that you would possibly get today's card mailed to you. So you would have a live example to use to try to recreate this yourself. But if you ever do recreate one of my cards, I totally encourage you to come over to my Facebook page or my group and share your pictures, because it's so funny how we can all use the same exact directions and maybe even the same supplies and come out with something totally different. So I love seeing what you guys come up with. Again, this week we're using the little monkey, and it's a bundle. It's now available. It was in our new annual catalog. So you've got the little monkey builder. These are the insides of his ears. This is his face, and this is his little banana. And it punches out this guy here. So super cute bundle. You can buy that in my online store. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email me. That's what I'm here for. When you work with a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's our job, is to help you answer questions and do all those things. So, like I said, that's available on my website. The color coach is available on my website, and the ruler. And there's several things out there. The Stamp and Blend marker ends will be there soon. Lots of fun stuff. And this, of course, there's the tutorials. If you are interested in purchasing any of my written tutorials, they are available over there as well. And that would be at queenbeecreations.net/store. So please go check those out and grab your free downloads. Next week, I'm going to be playing around with another set, and this card's not actually finished. I was kind of playing around with the Around the Bend bundle. This is something that was in our catalog last year, and it carried over. This was one of the items that was available in red rubber and photopolymer, and they discontinued the red rubber and kept the photopolymer. So some people may be a little bit confused when they saw this on the retirement list, thinking it was not going to stick around, but it actually is just only in photopolymer. So we will be doing that on Monday. So hopefully you love today's card and you give it a try, and then you come back on Monday when we do this all over again. So any questions, anything I can help you with? If you are one of my customers, you should by now have your catalog. If you don't, please contact me so I can make sure that you get one. If you are not working with me, but you want to, let me know that too. I would be more than happy to send you a free catalog. So let's find out who our winner of Prize Patrol is. We're going to go ahead and give the wheel a spin. And there we go. Nancy is today's winner. Congratulations, Nancy, on being our winner. To claim your prize, all you do is go to that queenbeecreations.net that I mentioned before, but up in the address bar, you're going to put /prize patrol, and that will pop you over to a Google form where you will give me your address and where you want me to mail your card. So thank you to everyone for joining me. Congratulations to Nancy, and I will see you back here on Monday to play with the Around the Bend bundle. Thanks for joining me. Bye.